Welcome to Fresh Start. Today's show is all about juicing. I've had so many people come up and want some recipes from me, so I thought I would share some of the recipes that we have at Juicy's Cafe downtown. How I got started in juicing, I kind of wanted to share with you. I watched a documentary called Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, and I highly recommend it to watch at your home on Netflix if you have it. If not, it's also on YouTube. And it made me fall in love with juicing. So I went out and bought a juicer, and this was one of my first juicers right here, and it's a Breville, and you can get those on Amazon and at their actual website. I think it's Breville.com, but where I got that one was at Amazon.com, and they range in price from $90 all the way up to the $500 value. So this big mama here, this right here is a Cedo, I think is how you pronounce it. Not real sure, but this is a professional or a commercial grade juicer. Now these are expensive. These run about $3 grand. So this one here is my baby. So we're going to start out with a green juice. And a lot of people, if you're new to juicing, green may not be the favorite, or the best choice for you to do right away, but it is the healthiest choice. So with green juice, you're getting kale, you're getting spinach, cucumber, celery, cilantro, which is excellent for toxins in your body, helps get rid of those. And also I'm going to cut a pineapple up too. I have a recipe I want to share with you. So I may start with this one first, and because it's very sweet, so it's really, really good if you're a first-time juicer. So what you're going to do, when you cut your pineapple, I always just cut the top off. And you can also, I didn't know this, you can actually plant these, and it takes about 2 years and it becomes a plant, and you get pineapples in about 3 years. It's a long time. Okay. So pineapples are very, very alkaline. So what that means is, if you've heard me talk about alkaline before, if you have an alkaline body or a pH level of like 7.8 or 8.0, your body, disease cannot thrive in an alkaline body. So if you eat a lot of sugar, animal protein like hamburgers, anything that's fried, you're probably acidic. So you probably should drink a juice a day. You can still eat the way you want, but I promise you juicing will help give you energy, because a lot of times acidic foods can make you really, really tired. So what I've done is I chopped both sides of the pineapple, and then I just went around and chopped the skin off. The skin's actually super duper healthy. It's full of nutrients. So if you want to leave a little bit on, like I did here, it's perfectly fine. So I'm going to chop it down the middle. And these can get kind of messy. I'm going to chop here. And I also use pineapple for my green juice. So sometimes if it's someone that's just starting and they want to start with the green, I always add pineapple to it to give it a little sweet flavor. All right. I'm going to turn the juicer on, and you're going to see two mouths of the juice right here. So what this means is, like, I can drop a whole apple in, and it's perfectly fine if you drop a whole apple in with the seeds, the peeling, and everything. So even the juicer, the home juicer over here, you can do the very same thing. You do not have to peel, cut, or chop. Okay, we're going to start this. I'm going to drop an apple in. Might get a little loud on us. I'm going to put some pineapple in. And I've used 2 spears. You saw this yellow bell pepper. It's beautiful. Super good for you if you suffer from like diabetes. It helps regulate the blood sugar a little bit. Plus it's full of beta carotene. And that smells so good. When I juice, I lose all track of what I'm thinking because I get so excited about juicing. All right, so we're going to put a little bit more apple in. spoon. I'm back. I'm going to stir this up. You will not believe how good this tastes. And see how pretty that is. So if you do make juice and you don't drink it right away, you need to make sure you put it in a mason jar and fill it all the way to the top. Seal it really good so that the enzymes do not die. And it's usually only good for about 24 hours. So after that, usually the juice or the enzymes die. The juice is still good, it doesn't have that punch to it anymore. Okay, let's do strawberries. Who doesn't love strawberries? I'm going to give you a recipe that is so delicious that any child or adult will love this recipe. I'm going to start with about 3 strawberries, a couple of apples, and a piece of pineapple. The juicer's making a little bit of noise, but it's not too bad. All right, this particular recipe is what we call the Big Apple. Very, very good. It's great over ice. It's delicious. And you can add more strawberries to it if you want. A lot of times I will add maybe just a few more just to make it more pink, because a lot of times kids will see the color that's vibrant and pink and they'll want to try it because it's pretty. All right, this next one is my favorite. It's the mean green. So I change it up just a little bit and call it a green goddess. So what I'm going to do is some nice fresh kale. And this is a big seller at Juicy's because we make a lot of green. So you've got cilantro, you've got kale, a little bit of pineapple, and some spinach. We'll put some celery in this. And celery is really super good if you have problems even with your liver. Super duper good for you. Oh, and a cucumber. All right, I'm going to cut this in two. Okay, here we go. Oh, and apples. And with kale, don't be afraid, to stick it in the juicer, because some people are. I was in the beginning. So you just put it in and throw something that has a lot of juice in right behind it. That way you do get all that green goodness. Okay. I'm going to also add some ginger root to this. Ginger root is super duper good if you suffer from chronic pain, like arthritis, gout, or fibromyalgia. Super duper good for you. Okay. Here's a good piece. So this is what it looks like. So if you see it in one of the grocery stores here, all you need is about this size, and that's good for probably about 3 juices. So you're just going to cut about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch piece. Juicer like that. Throw another apple in. All right, now I'm going to throw some spinach. Be like Popeye, nice and strong. Now I know why you eat it all the time, because it does make you strong. It makes you feel good, gives you tons of energy. And we're going to put a lemon in this. Lemon is super great for if you've ate really bad for like a day or 2 or vacation. This is something that if you do lemon water every day, 3 times a day for about a week, it will help get some of the gunk from the food that you've just previously eating. It'll help get that out. So I'm going to throw a lemon in there. Ready. Looks good to me. I'm going to give this a stir. And I have to try some of this because green is my favorite. I gotta try it. So if you ever come to Juicy's, you will notice that we do sample the juice. Yummy. Just to make sure that it's good, and even let you try it before we actually sell it to you, just to make sure it's what you want. So if you're kind of afraid to go into Juicy's because some people are intimidated because they don't understand it, we will teach you. You just tell us if you have ailments like cancer, diabetes, or if you want to lose weight, just come and talk to us and we will fix a juice just for you, and one that you'll like. So I like mine a little green, but you start off kind of sweet in the beginning if you have to. It's best to have as less fruit as possible, but I know how it is when you first start. And I still like sweet occasionally. So I'm going to pour this green in here. All right, how many of you guys get sick, get bad colds, and you run to the doctor because you want an antibiotic? Nothing's wrong with antibiotics, but sometimes if we would just slow down just a little bit and let Mother Nature kind of do her thing, we'll get better and probably won't come back. So when you take antibiotics, a lot of times when it comes back, if you don't complete the antibiotics, or even if you take a little bit of them, the same symptoms will come back later and be worse. So I've created this recipe, and it's for bad colds, flu, just allergies. If you're feeling all stuffy, this will kind of wake all that up so you can breathe better. So I'm gonna show you what I do here. I start out, my hands are kind of wet. I start off with garlic. So you're gonna get 2 little cloves of garlic, fresh garlic. You don't even have to peel it. And I'm gonna use a whole orange and some more pineapple. Cut a few pieces. And ginger, because ginger is also, it's like a natural antibiotic along with garlic. So if you have the two together, it helps you, if you're sick, it helps your body recover quicker. And you can almost tell the difference right away. In the beginning, when I first heard about garlic being good for a bad cold, I thought that's crazy. And I was told if you eat a garlic, just peel this off and you eat it raw, just chew it up, it burns so bad. But it only lasts about 20 seconds. And I had a sore throat for probably a week, to the point that I could barely talk. As soon as I did this one little clove, I immediately felt better. So I was hooked. So I started sharing it with everybody, and everyone thought I was crazy. Then they tried it and they're like, oh my gosh, it does work. So just give me a little tip there. All right, so we're gonna do garlic, ginger, lemon, and pineapple, and a couple of apples. And I call this the Vampire Slayer because it has garlic in it. So it's kind of funny. So it kind of makes you smile while you're drinking it. So here we go. So you're gonna put your apple in first, along with your garlic. More apple. Get a little messy sometimes. And the pineapple. And we're gonna stop. Okay. I have made a mess, but it doesn't taste good unless you make a mess, right? All right, so this is the Vampire Slayer. So what you can do with this is, if you have all the sinus and the gunk going on, you just pour some of this into a cup, and then you're gonna sprinkle a little bit of cayenne on this. Not too much unless you really, really like it. So grab that. So just a little bit of cayenne. And you're also going to put a little bit of cinnamon. So I'm just going to sprinkle this cinnamon on there. And a little bit of honey. And honey will help soothe the throat if you've got a really raw throat. And then I take the end of a spoon. Just twirl that around. Kind of looks like a little latte. That's what you can think anyway. It's good. You wouldn't think garlic would taste good. Very good. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do is with a beet. I grew up on beets. I love my grandmother's beets, but that's it. So when the first time I juiced a beet, I didn't really like it. So I started kind of working with some different flavors with fruits and vegetables to get a really good taste so that I could enjoy the beet, because there's so many benefits. Beets are good for anxiety, depression, also good for to purify the blood. And also, if you run or exercise every day, it's also great for muscle recovery. And you can see the dirt on this. I have washed these beets. So most of the time when you see dirt like that, that means that they are really good beets and that they're organic usually. So, and these are organic beets. Also going to use a carrot. Let's see. Making a mess over here. There we go. I'm going to cut the edge off of the carrot. So we're going to use 2 carrots, a few beets, and this one I love to put lime in. I'm going to use some ginger root for inflammation. I thought I had limes in here. Well, we will just use lemon. To me, it's better if it does have lime in it, but lemon's just as good. And a few apples. All right. Let's go ahead and turn this on. All right, so I've got 3 apples, a beet, ginger root, 2 carrots, and half a lemon. Apple. And I'm going to add just a little bit of pineapple to this, because sometimes beets can be very earthy. If you like that flavor, perfect here, but if you're just starting out trying to get used to the beet flavor, because it is very dirt tasting almost, so add a piece of pineapple. Looking good. Okay. Turn this off. A little beet there. So you can see how pretty this is. And so if it's too earth tasting, like I said, you can also add some lime or lemon or pineapple to this to make it a little bit more like a healthy Hawaiian punch. And if you, like I said, if you're having trouble with liver, add some celery to this. It's a very good mixture. I may have to take a little sip. Very good. Whew, I'm going to have enough juice for a couple days. All right, let's see. I'm going to make one more for you. And this one has carrots. And this one I call a road runner. So carrots are good not just for your eyes, they're also good for your skin, good for your kidneys. So carrots are they're amazing for your immune system. So if you're having any type of trouble with your immune system, autoimmune diseases, carrots are great for that. So let's do a couple apples, a little ginger, and cilantro. Cilantro is so good in this particular recipe. So I'm going to use about 1/8 of a bundle of cilantro. All right, so here's our ingredients. I'm also going to use a little piece of lemon if I have. Yep. I'm just going to use the end piece there. If your fruits and vegetables are organic, you do not have to peel them. So these are organic, but if they are not, wash really well and peel them if you can. All right, let's turn this on. Big carrot. That happens sometimes. So, that being said, and me being all juiced up here, this is the Roadrunner again, and it has the cilantro gives it a big flavor. So if you don't like cilantro, just give it a little try. Just put a little in there and try it. It tastes so good with this particular recipe. All right, the next thing I get asked a lot about is wheatgrass. What's wheatgrass? Well, it's grass. So what we normally do at Juicy's is if you're having problems with blood pressure or even diabetes, this particular superfood will line the arteries and actually keep plaque from adhering to it so that you don't have high cholesterol or even a heart attack or stroke. But you have to be, you just have to be committed to it and be accountable and do it every day. Just 1 ounce. So 1 ounce of this liquid sunshine here has the equivalent of nutrients in 2 pounds of green vegetables. So everything I just juiced here, you can do just one of these if you don't want to drink a juice. So just come in and ask questions, like I said, at Juicy's, and we can give you more information about all this. And if you need more recipes or if you don't like certain things that I did today, we can give you some more options on that. Again, if you haven't seen the movie or the documentary, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, highly recommend you watch it. If you watch the first one, make sure you watch the second one because Juicy's is in that documentary that was shown worldwide. Matt Menville made it to the big screen, so we're very proud of that. And just watch it. You'll be motivated, even if you don't want to start juicing like a juice fast. It'll motivate you and inspire you just to be healthier, and just baby steps is all it takes. So even if you just juice an apple and a lemon, that's juicing. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the show today. I got a little messy here, but I enjoyed it. I'm getting ready to drink all this. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time on Fresh Start.